Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Jordy, and today I kind of wanted to do like a show and tell of all of my favorite journaling supplies. I have a couple things just laid out here on my desk just to give you like an example of some things I do, but I'm gonna go through like different categories and kind of show you like, I guess like in depth of what they are and what I use them for. So yeah, if you're interested, stick around. So starting off, I will talk about my favorite pens to use. So first off, this is the Energel. This is the one with the little My body. This is my all-time favorite pen right now. I think it's a 05, and I don't know, something about the way it writes. I feel like my handwriting just always comes out so perfect. I have pretty messy handwriting. I do that thing where it's not full cursive, but it's when you write and you don't pick up your pen so all of your letters kind of connect. I do that a lot, and I just found that the smoothness of this pen just really amplifies the way I write and how my handwriting comes out. And then I have the Pilot Coletto. This is one of those pens where you buy the body and then all of the add-ins after. So I chose to do black, green, and red for this pen. And I just use it for things in my planner. So for example, for payday, I always write it in green. And then if I have to like cross something out or something gets canceled, I'll do red. And then the black is just there for regular writing. These are the Pilot G-Tech Cs. I have a 10-pack of them. I don't do a lot of writing with these, but I do a lot of like doodling and drawing with them. 0.4 size. Very, very fine tip. And yeah, I love drawing with these. I'll actually put up some pictures of some things I've drawn with them. They're really smooth, really, really fine, and they're honestly just perfect for outlining sketches. And then these are the Sarasa clip pens. Very similar to the G-Tech. I like to use these not so much for writing, but for drawing. They come in all kinds of colors, and this one's the 5-point, so it's a little bit thicker. Again, I can put up pictures of drawings I've done with them. And then I also have the Moomin collab with Sarasa. The Moomin one. Little My Boy Snuffkin, and my favorite, the Hattie Fatteners. These ones are all just black 0.5 tips. I do use these sometimes for writing in my journal, but I do prefer the Energel. This is probably the only ballpoint pen I have. This was a gift from my friend. Isn't it so pretty? It's like a iridescent mother of pearl. But yeah, just a basic ballpoint. This is really good for like if I have to write down a quick to-do list or something. It's just so pretty. And then lastly, I have the Le Pen. I used to use these exclusively for my journals. Like if you look at my old Hobonichis, I was only using these two colors in particular. I kind of fell out of it. I do like to use them every once in a while. They're kind of just like little tips. I don't know. They're kind of fun to add like a pop of color every once in a while, but again, I go for the Energel a lot more. I have all kinds of stickers that I like to use. So in this one, this is my Jam Studio sticker file. I have it packed full. But pretty much in here, I keep some of my origami paper. I have more in a different file, but I like to keep a few in here just for easy access. And then I have a lot of like loose bits of stickers in here. We did like a stationery meetup swap at work a couple days ago. And so I got a bunch of cute stuff from my coworkers. But yeah, I try to organize it. So this is like hearts. This one I just titled Small, so it's little like planner stickers. This is all of my animal stickers. Ocean, this one's holiday, so I have Halloween and Christmas in here. This is food. I don't have this one labeled, but it's like calico critters and just like little characters. little icons and stuff. These are circle stickers. This is character, so I have Tamagotchi, I have Moomin, I have like Rilakuma, and things like that in here. This is like more of just kind of like random stuff. I have like Sony Cat, more Rilakuma. These are my sticker release papers. So I have some like Tamagotchi designs and then designs from artists I follow. And then I have these little Stardew ones, and then ones of these cute little bunny. And then these are like ribbons and flowers. And then this is more like origami and notepad paper. And I have bees and butterflies. These are a little bit big to add in here, so I'm not really sure what to do with them. And then I have some alphabet stickers. These are things I printed from Pinterest that I just haven't cut out yet. And then in here I have like loose stickers and whatnot. And then in the Tamagotchi envelope I have all of the cutouts. And then I have Moomin stickers and then just some random loose stickers back here too. And then I have the Natalie Let sticker book. This one's very pretty. As you can see, I've cut some things with my stamp maker. But yeah, if you're looking for a really painterly, illustrative sticker book, I really recommend this one. I also have the sticker books from this collection. I have 3 of them. It's very like vintage stickers. These ones are really cool too if it's your style. And then I have the Ransom Note sticker book. This one's just all letters. This is a sticker book I got from Joy-san a few years ago. She is one of my all-time favorite artists, so I was so happy to pick this up. It's just a little compilation of all of the stickers she's made over the years. And this is my stationery organizer, I guess. It doesn't fit all of my stationery, but it fits like my most used supplies. So I would normally have like my roller in here. And then it opens like this. I'll have a better video of this so you can actually see everything. But yeah, I just have like Stardew notepads in here. A bunch of garbage. These sticker books I got from AliExpress, as well as all of these. I also have like sticky notes, trash. This is like a little template on how to make an envelope. And yeah, just stuff for my junk journal and whatnot. Tags from clothes that I've bought. So for the washi tape, instead of just showing you all of the rolls I have, I can show you the, I call it my washi archive that I did. So I had a couple weeks of backfilling in this Hobonichi because I got it in late December. So I ended up turning the first couple weeks and then the months for 2027 into my washi archive. This is just so I can quickly flip through this and see at a glance exactly what washi tape I own and if I might want to use it. And yeah, this is the last page. I think this is a really good idea. A good way just to see how the tape lays down on the paper. Next are the art supplies I like to use in my journals. These are the Zig Clean Color brush pens. And these are pretty cool. They are water-based, so you can lay them down on the paper and then kind of dilute them and blend them with water on a paintbrush. These are my Kohl Erase colored pencils by Prismacolor. They're erasable. I've been using these for years, so they're all at different stages. I like using these for like sketching and whatnot, and sometimes coloring if I want a more like lighter color. These are my Prismacolor Premier. And I have them rubber banded in here because I like to put this in my pencil case and take it around with me. I did a little test in the back of my weeks to decide which colors I wanted to use. And then those are what I use for doing like my monthlies and then coloring any little drawing I do in here. And then this one I also did with watercolor, the background too. I have a bigger set of the Prismacolor Premiers. I used to use these a lot in college, and I'd like to get back into using them again, hopefully. But for now I have this, I think there might be like 12 colors in here, and these work pretty good for me. This is the watercolor I like to use. It's the Winsor & Newton Professional palette. I have gone in here and added, I think, 3 or 4 extra colors, but I honestly can't remember which ones are added and which ones are original because it's been a couple years since I've used these. But yeah, they're so vibrant. They're beautiful colors. They blend with water very well, obviously because they're watercolors. But I used the Sakura Koi palette for maybe 5 years before I got these, and these were a real game changer just with how beautiful and vibrant the colors are. And then I have my click art pens. I absolutely love these. They're just like little bullet tip markers that click. I love using these for coloring. And they're water-based, so they don't usually bleed through, I guess unless you get really heavy with it, but I haven't had any issues with these yet. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I also like to do the same thing with mild liners. I'm sure everybody knows what mild liners are. They're just highlighters, but I also do like to use these for coloring. And then for my watercolors, these are my go-to brushes. They are Royal and Langnickel. This is the size 8. And this is the size 3/4. These are my 2 favorite. I have other sizes too in these, but lately I've just been reaching for these 2. So these are my go-to cutting tools. So I have my scissors. These are the fluoride coated scissors. It is the Nakabayashi brand. Since they're fluoride coated, they're a bit more resistant to stickiness. So they are a bit sticky here from cutting a lot of like glued paper and washi tape and whatnot, but it hasn't affected the quality of cutting. I've had these for maybe like 2 or 3 years. And then I also just have some basic scissors from Daiso. is my X-Acto knife. I use this for more precise cutting. I have these washi cutters. You clip them onto washi tape and you're able to cut them like that. I don't use these as often as I used to. I actually prefer to put down my washi tape and then tear it along the side of my ruler. I don't know, it feels like I get a bit more control with it that way. These are my craft stamps. You just slip paper into them and they cut out the shapes. And then this is my paper cutter. The paper cutter itself is from Daiso, but the replacement blade I got from Amazon. The blades are pretty universal, I believe. I just bought a random one off Amazon and it just happened to fit in here. So that's a good, I guess, cost-effective way. Maybe get a cheaper cutting board from Daiso and then just get the replacements off of Amazon and whatnot. So next I'll talk about the glues and adhesives I like to use. This one's probably my favorite. It's the Tombow glue runner. It's very sticky. And you just run it along like the backs of pictures and things to glue them down. I really like this one because it's completely refillable, so I don't have to always throw this away and buy a new one. And then this is just basic Scotch tape. It's the glossy one, I guess. I don't really know what you would call that one. But yeah, I usually use these for tip-ins. So if you ever see me stick in like a movie ticket or something, I've used this tape. This is just a white MT tape. Sometimes if I don't feel like using the Scotch tape, I'll use this. If I want to make it kind of cuter, I guess, I'll break off a little piece and then tape down the image with it. And then this is just double-sided tape I got from Daiso. Sticky on here, you lay it down and then you peel off this top and it's sticky on that side too. And this stuff really goes a long way. I think I've had this specific roll of double-sided tape for maybe like 2 years now and I'm still not all the way through it. Really useful if you want to get really precise with where you're taping things down or gluing things down. And last, I have pencil boards or shitajikis. These are kind of my guilty pleasure, I guess. They're all from the Hobonichi brand. This is A5, it's from the Moomin collection. The point of these is that since the Hobonichi paper is so thin, you would put this behind the paper you're using and it would help with any like ghosting or imprints that would be left on the other pages from you writing. And it can also be like a placeholder. These are the ones I have for my weeks. These are for A5, Inuyasha and Moomin. And then this one was originally A5 sized, but I had cut it down to B6 to fit in my Midori planner. And then I used washi to cover up the sharp edges. But yeah, I kind of have a pencil board problem. And even though I have this many, I will more than likely buy more in the future when Hobonichi has more collections. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed having this little sneak peek into all of the supplies I like to use. If you have any questions or comments about any of the supplies, please let me know and I'll hopefully be able to answer them. And yeah, thanks again for stopping by and I'll see you next time. Bye!